Welcome back to One Educated Guys. I'm your host, Wesley, here. And what we're going to be doing today is taste the difference between a Ruby and a Tawny poet. So, without further ado, we're going to take it right away. So, if you all aren't already familiar, the only difference between Tawny and Ruby poet, my bad, the bottles are exactly the same. Only the label's different and you guys are looking at it. So, the only difference is just kind of the characters you get. Ruby poets, they're a lot younger. They're anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. They don't really go older than that. And they primarily focus on the freshness, fruits, floral, just almost like a normal wine, except high in alcohol, because both of these bad boys are 20%. So, let's see here. 20 poets on the other end go the other way. So, they're a lot older. They're usually aged, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And yeah, so this one though, doesn't have an average year on it. So I'm thinking it's not older than 10. I don't know that for sure, but I do know that the Taylor Fladgates do make a 10 and 20 year, and 30 and 30. But since this one does not have a average year on it, I'm going to say, yeah, probably wasn't there. Probably wasn't up on those levels. But rubies, they do whatever they want, them together, whatever, they're young, they just find that perfect blend. And let's see if Taylor Fladgate found a perfect blend for their low tier poet. So, the interesting thing about this one here is that you get the flow, meaning the flow, the fruit, the grape, all that. The grapes, these are pretty much blends. I'm pretty sure. Usually it's made out of the Douro grape, which I'm pretty sure these should be. But it doesn't specify. But these should be made out of the Douro grape. Yeah, but you get the fruit, you get the flow, but the one thing that's sticking out here is that the alcohol is not going well with, it's not matching the fruit how I like it. Because, usually you can taste the alcohol, it makes it a little bit more thinned out, but this one, you almost get the smell of it, almost like a little bit of a nail polish, which is not ideal, but overall, it's not bad. I wish it was a little bit more viscous, but that's fine, completely fine. There's not too much flavor, other than almost like a full roundness, inky, all that. Very full, but it's lacking the flavor, if that makes sense. So it's full on the palate, but it's almost like once you pop that bubble, there's not much inside. And I think that's in part of the alcohol. I think it might be, it's high, but I think it's not there. I don't think it's there. I don't think it was properly put together and assembled. But no worries. We're gonna go on to the little bit of an older one. With this one, you see a little bit of a color change. It's a little bit lighter in color. And that's kind of what happens, especially with red wines. If you throw a red wine in your cellar for 100 years, it's gonna turn into a white wine. All that color's gonna fall out. Probably gonna turn into vinegar too, but yeah. So, Taylor Fladgate's Tawny poet. let's see what we get into. Since it's a little bit older, we're gonna get notes like nuts, all that. And yeah, with this one, you do get the nuts. You get like a little bit of caramel, but it's still very fruity for a Tawny pot. Still very, very, very fruity for a Tawny pot. And the alcohol's still present on the nose, which is, in my opinion, not good. I do know that the 10 and 20-year-old is a little bit different when it comes to this. But these are their low-tier entry-level pots, and for an entry level, they're not bad. All right. Not sponsored, by the way. So, with this one, it's going a little bit more in the direction of almost like a light sugariness. It's there in both of them. There is that light sugariness in both, but with this one, the alcohol on the taste is a lot more integrated in. Very nice. And it's not overbearing almost. It's very relaxing. It's almost like it's almost like a fine wine. I mean, if you guys have ever had wine from the Douro grape, which I'm pretty sure these are from, they taste very similar, except this one is probably going to get you drunk a lot faster, probably a lot cheaper, since it's these entry-level bottles. But they're super similar. And you almost get like a leatheriness on this one, a meatiness, a smoked meats. I mean, this one is, for the price, since they're both the same, and usually you'll never find a Tawny pot and a Ruby pot the same, just because this one takes a lot longer to make. The Ruby pots, on the other hand, do regular winemaking, let them age for about 2 years, throw them out on the shelves. Tawny pots, as I said, a lot longer process. Since these are the same price, I mean, just go for the Tawny pot. I mean, the alcohol's better integrated in. It's a little bit nicer. You get all the flavors that this one has, except a little bit more mellowed out, and you get a little bit more of the increase in the nuttiness, the biscuitiness, the caramel, the nuttiness, all that. So, if those are flavors and descriptors that you like, then definitely go for the Tawny pot instead of the Ruby pot. And I mean, both of these are great for cooking any type of meats with, and maybe not chicken, maybe stick to the darker meats, but you can make a sauce with them, you can do a lot of stuff with them, and that's the difference. So, just to wrap it up, Taylor Fladgate's Ruby. Again, it's going to be a little bit more floral, a little bit more fruity, spends a lot less time in barrel. Lastly, the Tawny, the fine Tawny pot, gonna be a little bit more nutty, a little bit more biscuity. That's just characteristic of the whole pots, you know. So, yeah, whenever you guys go out shopping and you guys want to try something new, just make sure you get what you want. So enjoy, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.